Stop. Before you do anything else, press 2 fingers against the side of your neck and feel your pulse. That rhythm keeping you alive right now? Part of the biological code generating it was written by a species that has been declared extinct for 40,000 years. They never left. They're inside you. And science just proved it. Picture Europe 50,000 years ago. Not cities. Not roads. A frozen, lightless continent where the wind alone could end your existence in hours. And walking through it, a being we got completely wrong for over a century. We called them brutes. Primitive. Evolutionary failures. We drew them hunched, slack-jawed, barely conscious. That image was not science. That was arrogance. The real Neanderthal buried their departed with care. Possibly with flowers. They kept their injured alive, individuals who could no longer contribute to the group, which means they had something dangerously close to what we call compassion. They had fire. Complex tools. Some form of language. They painted their bodies with pigment and wore shells as jewelry. They were not animals. They were people. A different kind of people. And they had survived Ice Age Europe for over 300,000 years before we arrived. Their bodies had physically adapted to the cold, wider nasal passages to warm frigid air, denser bones, muscle structures built for raw power in brutal terrain. When modern humans migrated out of Africa and entered their world, we were the strangers. We were the ones who didn't know how to survive here. And what happened next is something that textbooks almost never tell you clearly. We didn't simply replace them. We met them. We stayed. And the children born from that encounter are still walking the earth today. One of them might be you. In 2010, geneticist Svante Pääbo and his team at the Max Planck Institute achieved something considered impossible. They sequenced the Neanderthal genome from 40,000-year-old bone fragments. The finding overturned everything. Modern humans of non-African descent carry between 1 and 4% Neanderthal DNA. That sounds small until you realize the genetic difference between a human and a chimpanzee is only 1 to 2%. The Neanderthal inheritance inside you is, in some cases, larger than the gap between us and our closest living relative. But here is where it gets genuinely unsettling, because that DNA is not dormant. It is not decorative. It is actively running inside your body right now. The most significant inheritance lives in your immune system. Specifically in a family of genes called toll-like receptors, the part of your immune defenses that detects pathogens and triggers your inflammatory response. Several variants of these genes in modern humans came directly from Neanderthals. They represent hundreds of thousands of years of immunological adaptation to Ice Age European pathogens, diseases we had never encountered before entering that continent. When we interbred, we inherited that defense system almost instantly in evolutionary terms. Our immune systems were upgraded by the very people we were in the process of displacing. But the inheritance reaches further. Into your skin tone. Your hair texture. Your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that tells your body when to sleep and when to wake. Modern humans who carry certain Neanderthal-derived gene variants tend to be morning people, rising earlier, peaking earlier, sleeping earlier. This is almost certainly a Neanderthal adaptation to the extreme seasonal light shifts of Ice Age northern latitudes. There is also pain sensitivity. Specific Neanderthal gene variants create a lower threshold for sensing physical pain, faster detection of injury or threat. In the ancient world, that was survival. In the modern world, it's just part of how some people experience their body differently from others. And researchers found the adaptation that may have been most critical of all, Neanderthal gene variants that helped early humans lighten their skin tone faster after moving to higher latitudes with weaker sunlight, allowing more efficient vitamin D synthesis. We moved into their world, and their biology helped us survive it. We were the strangers. Their genes made us locals. Here is the part that quietly unravels everything you were taught about human history. The Neanderthal was the symbol of failure, the cautionary tale, the dead end of evolution. But look at what the science actually shows. They did not simply disappear. They were absorbed. The interbreeding was not a single isolated event. Ancient DNA evidence shows it happened repeatedly, across multiple regions, over thousands of years. It was sustained. It was significant. And it was permanent. Now consider this. If Neanderthal DNA exists in roughly 2 to 4% of 8 billion living humans, the total quantity of Neanderthal genetic material currently alive and functioning on Earth is astronomically greater than it was when Neanderthals existed as a separate species. They are not extinct in any meaningful sense of the word. They are distributed. They are active. They are inside billions of people, influencing immune responses, sleep schedules, pain thresholds, and seasonal mood shifts on a global scale. The species we replaced never actually ended. They became part of us. And the creature you look at in the mirror every morning is, in the most literal scientific sense, a hybrid. The question is, how much of what you call yourself was actually written by them? So here is the thought I want you to take with you. We spent a century building a story where modern humans were the peak, the final, pure, superior version. And the bones keep quietly dismantling that story one gene at a time. We are not the end of a single line. We are the result of thousands of years of meeting, merging, and carrying each other forward into the future. The Neanderthal inside you is not a relic. It is a reminder that the line between us and them was never as clean as we wanted to believe. If you want to keep going deeper into the histories that were hidden, not by 40,000 years of time, but by deliberate hands in the recent past, subscribe to Stick Sapiens. Because this is only the beginning of what has been kept from view.